Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Horatio Loff, and I'm the principal of Santon View School. I'd like to wish you a hearty welcome and hope that the few hours that we are together that you'll enjoy. As you can see, the school on the walls speaks a little bit Chinese. Before it was a Chinese school. I don't know anything about Chinese, so don't ask me what they stand for. But we are approximately 1,200 kids. We're running 3 schools, grade R, primary school, and the high school. And with that comes a lot of things that need to be done. For example, I cannot say if something comes from the department, no, maybe it's for the high school, because I have to see to all of them. What we also have at the school is we've got all the facilities from chess, except for rugby. But we cater for Alexandra, the township, just a few blocks from here. And with our children being from there, it is quite tough to look and to see to them, especially with the school fees and things. So that in itself is a major problem. But we manage and we do the best we can. And I'll just hand over to Grant so that he can introduce himself.
I'll just introduce myself quickly. I'm Grant Grobelaar. I'm a director of a technical computing company. And you'll see in a second why we are so passionate about maths and science and education in this country.
Why did we join? I met a principal and he was very enthusiastic. He was very motivated. Once he met PFP and he said he would like to introduce me. And I said to him at that stage, it will be fine because I've got problems with the SMT, problems with the SGB and so on, and whatever need I can, or whatever help I can get will be good. And that's how we started.
The reason I started is the company always invests in corporate social responsibility. But we can give money to a cause, but our vision as a company has always been that that's the easy way out. What we'd far rather do is spend some of our time and devote some of our time to the community. Now, as I said a few seconds ago, we're a technical computing company. All our staff, all our clients have degrees in maths, engineering, science. And we feel passionately about ensuring that the country produces graduates who are capable of taking on and being involved in the technological industry. So I see Louise is tweeting away madly. That's how I got involved. I saw one of Louise's tweets and I replied to her. So it's thanks to Twitter that I got involved. So I replied. I ended up sitting in a meeting a bit like this, and a couple of principals spoke, and I was truly inspired. And that's how I started. I love this picture. This is a picture of where we are at the moment. I wish the pointer was working. But you can see Santon Views in the middle. On the right-hand side, you see Alexandra. On the left-hand side, you see Athol. Ah, cool. Thanks, Graham. Now I've got to figure out how to use this. So there's Santon View. You're sitting about over there somewhere. There's Alex. There's Athol. I think this is a very nice picture where we are trying to move people to give them the skills to be able to move across and transition through education. So I think just if we walk away with just this picture in our mind, I think says a lot about where we want to go. So the partnership is Horatio and I, and lots of thanks to Dina as well for supporting us.
The challenges we face were the SGB, number one, and there was lots of miscommunication, lot of misunderstanding as to which role, which person must take on. And because of that, we had lots of problems. Also, my other problem was the SMT, which is our senior management team, and the lack of their accountability. And we had to contact them and see how best we can run the school. In short, that brought me to, I've got short-term vision, but I did not see the full picture of what is going on. And that is where Grant came and said, hold on, we got to sit, we got to plan and see not just immediate all those problems, but look at solutions as how we can go forward and also how we can prolong whatever we have and make a success of it.
So what did we do? Well, we sat around in circles. Everybody here sat in lots of circles and shared their deepest, innermost thoughts and fears. So for guys like Horatio and I, it's like, oh my goodness, it really is a challenge. But the ability to be authentic and the ability to share opened a lot of doors in terms of the way we communicate. So we sat in circles. Horatio and I have had a relationship where we've never missed a meeting with one another. Well, besides for the last week ago when I was ill. But we sat and we spoke and we shared ideas. But as the previous slide showed, it seemed like the problems were insurmountable and we couldn't see the future. So it felt to me, for a while, that we were doing nothing. And that's how it seemed for a couple of months. But that's not true. What we were doing is we were building trust. And we were building solid relationships that will last a long, long time. And we mentioned in one of our last meetings, it's the relationships which count, and it's that which allow us to continue. Okay, so what did we actually do? This is one of my, well, I have two favorite things of the things we did. The one is we held a workshop along the lines of community building involving the SMT. We spoke a bit about the successes of South Africans. We spoke about the role that the SMT plays. And I'll share a message I sent to Dina, and I'll read it to you straight afterwards. I think Dina will remember getting this message from me. It says, now I have to read it. Hi, Dina. I have to share with you that Horatio and I did a community building type of session with the SMT today. Yes, I know, finally. But I'm on a high. It was so powerful, and facilitating was so fulfilling. So that's a direct quote from that.
Also, we want to build a wall, and we spoke to the people of Wynberg. These are the actual letters. We also want to start a feeding scheme. So all we're waiting for now is we already had meetings with them, but they actually need letters, and these are the letters we wrote to ask them to help the school with the feeding scheme and building a wall around the school. And this is some of the other actual stuff that we did.
So this is a kind of pet project. What you see there are members of Optimum staff actually doing maths and science extra lessons. Yeah, it's been hugely fulfilling for the staff themselves.
As a result, from contacting the SMT, people have one goal now. They are working late hours. We have extra classes. And it is so more fulfilling to know that the good that you are doing. Our matriculants, their attitude changed. They are also committed, they have changed. And they even come on Sundays for classes, believe it or not. And in the short time, our average mark for the first term this year and the first term last year went up by 4%. Last year we had 48% overall pass in average pass in physical science and maths, and this year it's already 54%. So just in the short time, it shows what you can do if you put your heads together. That brings us to my reflection of this whole thing that happened. And one of the things were, it created a relationship that would never have been between Grant and me if it wasn't for PFP. When I look back and think about what is happening, this relationship will last forever. It will benefit our school, and forever we will seek for ways to improve the school, how we can help our children. With Grant, walking side by side, his expertise, as you can see from the lessons that are being taught and so on, it really, really helps us as a school. And the good work that is done by Dina and the team is really a revelation. It is a renaissance to schools in terms of helping and create more resources, because sometimes that is what we lack as principals.
I tell Horatio the same thing every time. I think I benefit a whole lot more than he does. So I've learned far more from the partnership, I think. I think what's important for us, it's not what we did, but it's what we're going to do and how we're going to do it still. Thank you.